The It's Her Business show. Eva here. Okay, I'm live on all platforms. Awesome. Today we're going to be talking about annual planning. And just so you guys know, I'm simulcasting, so I'm looking at two cameras at the same time before we can figure it out. But I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. And this is a really, really important session that I just did with my clients. I did a lot of work on annual planning with them, and I wanted to come to you guys and share some of the things that you need to think about when you do your annual planning. And these are some of the things that are going to apply to your quarterly planning as well. So as you are coming and joining us, please let us know who you are, where you're joining from, and leave us a comment. I'm always excited to connect with you and make sure you're getting something out of this. And, any comments or questions that I'm going to try to answer during the live stream, or I'm going to try to answer after. So here's what I want to share with you guys. When it comes to annual planning, I am somebody who absolutely used to hate it because I actually, for many years, I never achieved my goals. And that was because, I simply did not have really the means to achieve the goals. I did not have what it takes. I did not know how to reverse engineer my goals. I did not have a clear path or the clarity that you need, actually knowing the path that you're following is going to work and you're going to get the revenue that you're going to get. So it was more of a hope setting than goal setting, really. And year after year after year, I was disappointed because I did not reach the growth that I wanted to, and it just like nothing was really working. And, this was really the first year when we didn't only reach, but we succeeded our annual revenue goal. And that is literally like, despite everything that you could say totally could get in the way of that. For number one, I had a baby. I had Lexi. I'm a single mom. I don't have a co-parent. I'm a single mom. I did not have any family living in the country. My mom came to visit for a couple months, but, I did not know that was going to happen. And, that is like, as you can imagine, it's extremely like different to be running a business when you have a newborn by yourself. Okay. Number two, there was coronavirus. Okay. Number three, I had a C-section, and that in itself requires like a lot more healing typically than, a normal birth. There were a lot of things playing against me, but we had such a solid plan and such a solid goals and such solid systems in the place that we were really, really, for the first time ever, able to not just achieve, but, achieve and exceed our goal for the year. And it's not even the year end. We still have a couple months to go. And we're like, we met and, it increased super, what's the word that I'm looking for? Right. So I want to share with you guys some tactics around this that you need to think through. So I'm going to walk you through a couple things. Number one, how to price your program and services that you are actually able to meet your goals. Number two, we're going to talk about the 3 rules you must absolutely meet to reach your goals that you need to think through, and the 8 weeks planning cycle that we follow. I might share my screen with you guys and walk through this. So number one, pricing of your program. What you need to think about when you price your program is, what is the number of clients that I'm going to need to acquire in order to reach my revenue goal? And here is my recommendation to you. It should not take more than 20 to 30 clients to reach your revenue goal. And I'm talking in a group program, okay? Especially if you're new and if you don't have a team in place. If you have a team in place, you can go to 100, 200, whatever clients in your group program. But when you're starting out, maybe with just one VA or on your own, reaching your revenue goal should not take more than 20 to 30 clients. Because if it does, you're not going to have the time to do the sales, to do the lead generation, to do the nurturing that is necessary to get there, okay? So for example, if you know your revenue goal is 200,000 and you know that you don't want to get more than 30 clients. What does it mean for your revenue? You need to price it somewhere between, you need to price your annual program somewhere between 7 and 10,000. Okay. For some of you, you're not going to start there. For example, with the Quantum Leap Entrepreneur, we started at $697 a month, and then we went up and up and up and up. And we are building the program towards price at $2,000 a month. Okay. So, your average for the year needs to, I hope I'm making sense, guys. The math needs to add up so that it does not take more than 20 to 30 clients to achieve your revenue goal. Now, a second thing I want you to think about is that revenue is not the same as profits. At least 50% of your revenue is going to be reinvested, okay? The higher the revenue, the more it's going to get closer to 50%. At the beginning, it might be more than that. Why? You're going to pay out commissions. You're going to pay out referral fees. You're going to pay for your business infrastructure, your Kajabi and whatever you have. You're going to pay for coaching. Like this year, I spent tons and tons and tons of money on business coaching, okay? You're going to pay for help with graphic design or whatever you have, your VA, your operations manager. So you're going to have a lot of expenses if you're growing. So if your goal is to bring in $100,000 in profits, that means your goal needs to be at least $200,000 in revenue, okay? Counting, this is a thing that you can't unfortunately expense, but count what it's going to take in terms of childcare if you have a family to reach your goals. You need to count that in, okay? That's like another significant percentage, right? Like whether it's an au pair or full-time babysitter, whatever you have, as you're growing your business, if you're serious about scaling your business, there's no way you can do it with kids standing on top of your shoulders all day. It's just not possible for you to focus and have the energy to do that. So you're going to need that support. Okay. So pricing your program appropriately is number one. And, consider that you're going to be increasing the price. So you don't have to start at $8,000 a year or something like that. You can start at, 4, 5, 6, and then increase every single month. Okay. So again, I would love for you to not have to acquire more than 20 to 30 clients in the first year to get to your goal. Why not? Because it's going to be, as you're bringing your clients on, it's going to be building a lot of infrastructure in the first year. It's going to be training new team members. You don't want to be overwhelmed with 50 or 70 people in your group program. This is why we price it the way we price it. Because when you have a really cheap program and you have a tons of people in it and you're not giving the support, it just becomes overwhelming. And, people start leaving because you're not giving them the support anyway. And it's all a mess. So price it appropriately so that you do not have to acquire more than 20 to 30 clients in the first year. What does it mean? That means 2 or 3 new clients a month, or doing 1 month, bringing in 4 clients, second month, not doing a whole lot of lead generation. Then another month doing 5 clients, then another month doing a whole lot of nothing. Okay. And focusing on bringing, serving your clients and things like that. I hope this is making sense, right? So number 1 is pricing your program appropriately so that you can meet your revenue goals. That also means that you're going to have to provide the support that you're pricing it for. You can't have $1,000 a month program and not be giving clients everything that they could possibly need to achieve their goals, right? But I will tell you, I really love running a higher price program because it allows me to be with my clients more. It really allows me to be connected to them, to serve them several times a week. So what I really, really love about this model is higher touch, more service in a group program where you're really helping your clients move faster through their goals, and you're going to get more referrals, you're going to have more testimonials, you're going to have more client success than if you do a whole bunch of people. You serve them at a low level, charge low price point, you're constantly stressing out because you're feeling guilty about not delivering enough for your clients. I hope that makes sense. So that's number 1, pricing your program appropriately. Number 2, I want to talk about the 3 rules you must absolutely meet to reach your revenue goals. Okay. So number 1 is reverse engineering everything and having the right stuff on your calendar. Here's what I see with people. When they first start in business, they almost every time they go into some kind of hiding mode, working in behind the scenes, quote unquote, working on their website, spending way too much time on building some kind of funnels and buttons on their website and landing pages and branding and working on content for their program. They don't even have anybody in full, and spending so much time doing the exact wrong things that most of the time lead to zero revenue. And they're scratching everything and rebuilding from zero a few months later, and nobody is coming. So I want you to really get this. In order to reach your revenue goals, you have to reverse engineer your calendar so that your calendar can really support your goals. What does it look like? Allocating your time into the right things. Those things are lead generation, lead nurture, lead conversion, okay? Lead generation, talking to a whole lot of people, inviting them into your events, right? Lead nurture is talking to your top leads all the time, nurturing them, serving them, delivering amazing content. And then lead conversion, having conversations with your people and converting them into clients, okay? So that's where 75% of your time is going to be spent. 75% of your time. I talk about this all the time, but notice I did not say anything about website creation. I didn't say anything about program, spending eons working on your program or writing blog posts or whatever you have. That's not there. That's something that's going to get checked off. You're going to get a VA or operations manager to get it done really, really fast, okay? Check it off your list. You're going to invest into your business a little bit to get that done and then move on. So 75% of your time is going to be lead generation, right? Lead nurture, lead conversion. That's how you get your revenue goals, and it's going to be supported by your calendar, okay? So that's number 2, supported by your calendar. When I look at your calendar, if I looked at it, I would see time blocks for lead generation, going networking in other Facebook groups, going networking on Instagram, following the people you want to connect with, waiting for them to follow you back, sending an outbound message, just like we do all the time, inviting them to your unbelievable next event that you're holding for them to really, really serve them. That's your lead nurture, right? Doing your events, okay? All the time. Every month or every 2 months, holding your events that you fill with a whole bunch of people, you serve them at a huge level, and then having sales conversations with them, inviting them into your program, okay? Number 3, holding yourself and your team accountable for those goals. This is so crucial, guys. So many times I see when my clients first start working with their new team member, right? Let's say they hire a VA, and then they tell their VA, okay, well, I want your help with helping me register 150 people into my next event. And then there's no accountability. And then that team member like, okay, well, they try some messaging, they try this and try that, and they're failing. And then there's this nicety, and, my client is afraid to say the things they need to say, and they're afraid to hold people accountable, stuff like that. So you got to realize that your business is dependent on clients. It is not going to exist if you and your team aren't doing sales. Therefore, there being accountability in place for you and your team to achieve those goals, and you guys working hand in hand together, is absolutely crucial. We have 2 team meetings on my team. One is on Monday, 2 p.m., and one is on Wednesday at 2 p.m. The Monday is kickoff goals, where we talk about the kind of, what's our registration goal for the week? How are we going to get there? What are the things we're going to do to achieve our goal? And the Wednesday is a 50% completion goal, where we're checking in. How are we doing on that goal? Like, did anything stop us? What do we need to remove? Or are we exceeding our goals? Like, how is this happening? Okay. Right. So you have to have accountability in place for yourself and your team. For yourself, it looks like having a coach, somebody who understands what you're trying to build, somebody who's been there, done that, somebody who can lead you. Okay. But then you holding your team accountable and really helping them achieve those goals, okay? So that's the three things I want you to think about. So again, number one is reverse engineering. What is it going to take, and having stuff on the calendar. Number two, allocating your time into the right things. Okay. And number three, holding yourself and your team accountable week by week for reaching these goals. And the third thing I wanted to talk about today is the 8-week planning cycle that we just developed, that we followed. And it's a game changer for us. So we basically decided to split our year into 7 8-week cycle. And yes, I know it doesn't add up to 52. It bleeds a little bit into the following year, but it's 7 8-week cycle. Now here's what happens. Every 8-week cycle has a launch. It has the Serve Retreat that we just did a month ago. We're doing another one on November 30th. Okay. It's not going to be here. It's going to be in a Facebook pop-up group, and you're probably going to get an invitation, and you're going to see a bunch of posts around it. Okay. So every 8-week cycle has an event that is going to drive a whole bunch of revenue. Every 8-week planning cycle has a week of the company being shut down. Nobody doing anything, us recovering, us re-energizing, replenishing our energy for the next step. Every 8-week planning cycle also has a strategy week where we're up-leveling the processes in the company. What that looks like is we're taking a step back. We're looking at our billing. We're looking at our operations. We're looking at our content. We're looking at our marketing. We're looking at how we run our consults. We're looking at how we are doing with our PR, podcasting, how we're doing with guest speaking, yada, yada, yada. We're taking a step back and reevaluating the structure and how we can up-level our systems. Every 8-week planning cycle also has a retooling week. We call it a retooling week. What does that mean? Is that we look at the conversion event or a retreat that we just did, and we take a step back and we say, okay, what worked? What didn't work? How can we up-level this? Are we going to change the name? Are we going to change the landing page? Are we going to change the promotion? Do we continue running it in Facebook, or do we turn to Zoom? Do we try different platforms? Are we going to integrate texting? Are we going to integrate maybe messenger bots or whatever you have? How are we going to change our conversion events and retool for the next event? Redo our landing pages, redo our email sequences, whatever you have, okay? Right? Every 8-week cycle also has 3 full weeks of promotion and registration. What does that mean? It is that for 3 weeks leading it to the event, and it's more like 3.5 weeks. We're full-blown gung-ho on going out there, doing the groundwork, registering people into our events, running Facebook ads, which we have been in testing phases forever. And next year, we're going to really focus on driving 400 to 500 people through Facebook ads into our events on top of our organic lead generation. So what does that look like, right? So for 3 weeks, we're going to be all out on going out there, inviting people, nurturing people, registering people, getting them ready, talking to them, supporting them, and inviting them into our event, okay? Every 8-week cycle also has an onboarding week, which means we're also focusing, and it's after the launch week, where we have a week when we're really focusing on serving our people, where we are doing a mini retreat for our clients. When we're onboarding people, we're doing VIP sessions for new clients and stuff like that. But it's really all focused. There's no outward focus on our lead generation, but it's all really focused on our clients. Okay. So again, we have these 8-week cycles, and every 8-week cycle contains these. And we want to take notes on this. I think this is so powerful. And if you implement this, it's going to be a game changer in your company. You're going to be super organized. You're going to have enough time to rest, and you're going to have enough time to make your events super successful. So what does it look like? Every 8-week planning cycle has a major event that you are using to drive sales in your company. Every 8-week cycle is an onboarding week where you're really focusing on onboarding your new clients, okay? Every 8-week cycle has a rest week. company is shut down, you're on vacation, which means you're going to be taking 7 vacations at minimum. You need that. You need the rest in your company in order to have the new ideas come to you. It's not just vacation week. It's time you're putting into rejuvenating and allowing inspiration to come to you. Every 8-week cycle also have a strategy and retooling week. Retooling, where you look at the event you just finished and you're retooling for the next event, making all the changes you need to make. Every 8-week cycle also has a company up-level infrastructure, strategic kind of work. When you're looking at your systems, your operations, your marketing, and you are moving the company forward on a strategic level. Maybe you're doing some hiring and training new team members, stuff like that. And every 8-week planning cycle has a 3.5 full weeks of promoting the next event, driving the registrations, because this is so crucial. So I hope this is helpful to you guys. I would love some feedback and comment. Does this make sense? Does this make sense for you guys? Is this making any mindset shifts? Leave me a comment here. If you guys are watching the replay, I would love to, what is the key thing that you got out of it? Does this shift things for you guys? Because I really, as you go into next year planning, I really want you to be clear on how you're going to achieve your goals. Also, if you guys want to connect with us, we're going to be offering a 15-minute free strategy session. We don't offer full, free coaching sessions or whatever. This is not a sales call. But if you want to connect with myself or, thank you so much for the comment. If you want to connect with myself or Selena or Jay, depending on who you connect it to, what you want to do is send us a DM, or if you guys could put, Selena or Jay, if you guys could put a link in the chat, but you can send us a DM and say, hey, I want to take advantage of the 15-minute free coaching session. And what we're going to do with you in the 15-minute session, it's really just like us serving you, because we really like to put some serving out first before we ever ask you to be a client. And for most of you guys, you're not ready to be a client yet because you have not gone through any of our events and you don't really understand what we're all about. But we want to connect with you and want to serve you, okay? That's how we do business. We serve people because when you give, you're allowed to receive. We serve people before we ask them for money. That's how it works, right? And you should be probably doing the same. So what we're going to be doing is 15-minute strategy session. And what I want to focus with you guys is what is the type of program that you're going to be selling, and what is your funnel going to look like? What is the signature event that you're going to be creating that is going to drive people into it? I hope that makes sense. I really recommend you take advantage of it. Here's the thing, guys. Like, I don't do individual coaching anymore, because if I did, I would literally have to charge $800 an hour for it minimum. It doesn't make sense for me to do that. But I do want to invest some time. I want to, pour some love into you guys. And so does Selena and Jay. So it's a 15-minute strategy call. Either DM us, or, if you don't get a response for whatever reason, okay. Oh, here's the link. I'm going to spell it out for you guys. So it's bit.ly/ it's a bit.ly link, bit.ly/strategy conversation, bit.ly/strategy conversation. So what you want to go there, schedule it, pick either Jay or myself or Selena, whoever you're connected to, whoever your favorite person is on our team. We won't be offended. I won't be offended if you don't schedule with me. That's totally fine. So go schedule a session with one of us. Get that done. Get it on your calendar. And again, it's going to be a 15-minute session. We're going to go pretty fast. And what we're going to talk about with you is like, okay, here's your plan. Rewatch this, by the way, so that you can really prepare with some of the things that we've talked about. And we're going to be talking about what your program is going to be and what your conversion event is going to be. So I can't wait to connect with some of you guys. This is like a no pressure thing. I promise, like, we're super friendly over the phone, and we really, really love connecting with our community. That's why we do these for free, because it's a lot of fun to us. And also, like, we secretly hope to get some feedback from you of what kind of we use it to like do some listening. Because whatever we're hearing from you, the things that you're struggling with, we use it to turn around in order to create our content for our next event or for our next It's Our Business show. And this is extremely useful to us, right? So we're not just serving you, you're serving us too. By sharing all your problems, we know what your problems are, and we can then come back and serve you with our content. So it's super useful to us. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for watching and staying live with us. I can't wait to connect with you guys. If you're watching the replay, just put #replay. I can't wait. And I will see you again next week at 11 Mountain, 1 p.m. Eastern, next Monday for the It's for Business show. I have no idea what the topic is going to be. It's going to come from the requests that we're getting, what we're seeing that you guys need. So stay tuned, and we'll see you again next week. I need to figure out how to end the broadcast.